have created uncertainty over redistricting laws and want voters to decide whether lawmakers should have the power to make mid-decade map changes. If the General Assembly approves a constitutional amendment, the proposal would go before voters this November. Governor Wes Moore says he'll work with lawmakers to protect voting rights and fair representation. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
A new list ranks the worst cities for bed bugs.
If you're looking to sleep tight and not let the bed bugs bite, there are some cities you might want to avoid. Chicago ranks #1 for infestation. That's according to Orkin's 2026 list for communities with the biggest bed bug problem. New York, Philadelphia, the Cleveland, Akron area, as well as Los Angeles round out the top 5. You can help avoid bed bugs by decluttering and keeping an eye out for infestation by inspecting all mattresses, baseboards, and headboards.
Fox's Tom Graham. Oil prices are higher today after President Trump says he thinks the ceasefire with Iran is over after its attacks on ships in the Strait of Hormuz and retaliatory strikes since. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Hey, happy Wednesday. Here we are in the middle of the week. You're listening to 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News. I'm Zach Cantu, and that news is service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Governor Greg Abbott has ordered the Texas Health and Human Services Commission to investigate Mission Regional Medical Center. The investigation will reportedly center on the center's use of birth packages to lure international visitors to the facility. Abbott said the practice has led to birth tourism, which he described as a way that foreign nationals try to obtain U.S. citizenship for their children. The hospital released a statement yesterday saying it no longer uses the marketing materials outlined by the governor and that it does not support or facilitate any unlawful activity. A 2-week DWI crackdown has resulted in 34 arrests in Edinburgh. City police used funding from the Texas Department of Transportation to conduct the crackdown between June 19th and July 6th. 13 of the arrests happened over the July 4th weekend. 10 crashes were attributed to impaired driving and resulted in multiple arrests. Drivers are being warned about a construction project that could impact traffic in the Alton area. The Texas Department of Transportation has begun reconstruction work on the east side of the intersection of FM 494 and Mile 4 East. The 3-month project, part of the Sherry Road Widening Project, which will improve the intersection and install new sidewalks, ramps, and traffic signals. Drivers should follow detour signs or find alternate routes. The Museum of South Texas will close one of its exhibits next month to prepare for construction of a new gallery. The Edinburgh Museum plans to close its Freddie Gonzalez display on August 2nd. Items like Gonzalez's Medal of Honor, uniform, and personal letters will be stored and preserved until the construction is complete. The exhibit should return early next year. State Representative Gina Hinojosa says she'll work to send every Texas household a check for $1,500 if she's elected governor. The Austin Democrat challenging Governor Greg Abbott in November's election. On Tuesday, Hinojosa said she would declare an affordability emergency on her first day in office. She would then call on legislators to approve pulling $17 billion out of the state's $27 billion rainy day fund to cover the checks. You're listening on News Talk 710 KURV, and it's time for AccuWeather. AccuWeather made possible by Martin Farm and Ranch. Freedom-loving, patriotic, family-owned and operated Martin Farm and Ranch Supply, your go-to for all things Purina pet supplies and feed. We're going to Jason Caterina from AccuWeather for your forecast, and we have rain now through Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, well, I mean, chances,
okay.
Yeah, it's not everybody's gonna see him or anything. The ridge is just kind of retreating off to the north, allowing a little bit of extra pressure drop, and there'll be a disturbance kind of moving up the coast on Friday. So that could help add to the chances and ramp them up a little bit, but really like only a 20% chance or so that we'll see anything really form up. And it's mostly sea breeze type of shower action. So again, very few folks will see the showers if anything does wind up popping up at all anyway. So, but the chances are there at least, and they'll ramp up a little bit as we head toward the weekend.
So aside from that 20% chance, you said they ramp up over the weekend.
Slightly, just maybe 30. Like I said, well, I'm telling you, it's stretching, trying to, pull some.
You're giving us
moisture out of the atmosphere. Yeah, it's like Jim Carrey. So you're saying there's a chance.
We're dangling the hope of a little bit of moisture from now through Sunday. Does that continue through next week, or does that kind of fizzle out?
Really only looked as far as the weekend. So let's see. It'll linger into the beginning of next week at least.
So aside from that, we have what, triple digits?
With the clouds, I think it'll be a little cooler, to the tune of 90s instead of triple digits tomorrow and Friday. And then it's going to edge back up close to the triple digits over the weekend, mid and upper 90s. But tomorrow we should hold in the 90s. Friday could be low to mid 90s, and then ramping back up to the mid and upper 90s over the weekend.
All right. How's tropical coverage 2026?
All quiet. Nothing happening. Nothing expected to happen in the Atlantic over the next 7 days, and anything in the Pacific is not even going to impact mainland Mexico. It'll just linger out in the water there. So not expecting anything tropical to affect us over the next 7 days.
All right. We'll keep those eyes open then. Thanks so much. Jason Caterina from AccuWeather joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. Back to the mighty Republic of Texas, our KURV audio soundboard. The New World screwworm cases have been ticking up. But it hasn't inflated beef costs, at least not yet.
Agriculture officials now confirm 32 cases of the parasitic larvae of the screwworm fly infesting livestock in a dozen Texas counties and a dog in New Mexico. And while the price of ground beef is nearly $7 a pound, industry analysts say it has nothing to do with the New World screwworm and everything to do with lower production and steady consumer demand.
There's a new tactic to try to halt the spread of the New World screwworm.
Since the 1960s, attempts to eradicate the New World screwworm have involved releasing billions of male flies that have been sterilized with radiation to mate with females, thereby halting the reproductive cycle. But radiation weakens the flies, making them less able to compete with their non-sterilized competitors. Now, scientists are working on a gene editing technique to breed screwworm flies that are sterile from birth and just as vigorous as non-sterile males.
A city known for its tacos will be the place where Toyotas are being made.
The Toyota Tacoma is affectionately known as a taco to truck fans, and the automaker announced plans to expand production of them in San Antonio. The Tacoma is currently made in Baja California, and by 2030 will be made at Toyota's new $3.6 billion plant alongside the Tundra and Sequoia and support rear axles. Governor Abbott noted the expansion will double their size and create 2,000 additional new Texas jobs.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Wednesday. Coming up, we get to know the new city manager for Brownsville. It's coming up next on News Talk 710 KURV.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at progressive.com.
When it comes to livestock fencing, the folks at Martin Farm and Ranch believe that if you do it right, then you only do it once, which means by utilizing high-quality materials like Stay Tough fence products and Martin's expertise in fence building, you'll get exactly what you need to keep them in or keep them out. High-tensile wire like Stay Tough allows you to build your fence using less materials and labor. So for your next fence project,
come see us at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply in Edinburgh. Just look for the horse. Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
The Brian Kilmeade Show, weekday afternoons at 2 on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
You're listening on News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Wednesday. And we are your home for tropical coverage 2026. In the event a tropical system were to threaten the valley, trust us at 710 KURV to keep you informed. Made possible by Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC, Lee's Pharmacy, Vega Roofing, and the Omar Ochoa Law Firm.
We say welcome to our new city manager for our city of Brownsville, Alan Gard. He's been working there for a while, been behind the scenes, was interim, but now he's got the gig. He's the city manager for our city of Brownsville. Alan, welcome to the program. How long you been with the city, Alan?
Oh, thank you very much for having me today.
Yes, sir.
I've been with the city about 2.5 years. I came here in October of 2023 as a deputy city manager for Helen Ramirez.
Where did you come to us from? Were you still at the city or
I was
nearby?
working in the Dallas area with the city of Anna, Texas, as their finance director at that time. So that's kind of I was looking for a change of pace, and Brownsville really fit the bill.
Well, it did get cooler, that's for sure. It was nice and hot up there. Now it's nice and hot and humid all the way down here in Brownsville. So prior to that, as far as public service, you've been working at city halls for some time?
Yeah, I've been in local government almost 40 years now. I worked for a number of cities in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I worked in Iowa for 14 years for the city of Davenport, Iowa.
Wow.
And then came back to Texas in 2012, worked for some other Metroplex cities. I was a city manager in Chickasha, Oklahoma for a couple of years, 2015, 2016. City manager in Pilot Point, Texas for 2017 and through 2019. And so I've had a long career. My wife and I have lived in 13 different cities and 11 different houses. Yeah. So we've been around a little bit.
When you said that, jumping around all over the place, first thing that came to mind was military brats. You weren't dragging along some kids running around for 13 years, jumping from city to city. Were you to be a city manager?
Sort of, yeah, sort of. We had two girls, but for the most part, they grew up in Iowa and attended the same, attended Davenport schools. So they had some stability in the formative years of their life.
Well, that's good. You were there for 13 years. Alan Gard is our city manager for our city of Brownsville and has some experience up at North Texas, Metro Dallas area as well. Now, I know it's hard to compare to what they offer as far as entertainment and nightlife, restaurants, and just activities up in the Dallas area. But I would suspect, Alan, that you working in Brownsville has to be is probably giving Dallas a run for its money, considering what you are now working at City Hall. You're working in one of the fastest growing cities in the nation, with industry coming here left and right, thousands of jobs, homes, apartments that are going to be filling up here pretty soon, quality of life issues. So you got quite a bit on your plate, I would imagine. Give me your thoughts as you have now taken the helm of the city manager's office in Brownsville, Texas, which is Spaceport USA, and of course everything happening at the port of Brownsville, LNG, refineries, and things like that. Just amazing news. And of course you work at City Hall, having to deal with the infrastructure and service demands of a city is growing rapidly, exponentially, it seems.
When I was in Anna, I was looking for a new a new position, something a little different. And I figured I was looking for something where really cool things were going on. And I interviewed in 3 different cities, and all of them had very unique aspects, but Brownsville is the one that really stood out for me. When I got here and I was working for Ms. Ramirez, I said, this has got to be the hardest city manager job in the nation. It's an international city. It has its challenges, as you said, but also the opportunities are incredible. With the amount of growth coming here from the LNGs, SpaceX, the Greater Brownsville Economic Development Corporation is working a number of potential new businesses that can bring anywhere up to 20,000 new jobs over the next 5 to 10 years. All the planning that has been going on and that it continues to go on in terms of the renaissance of our downtown, our housing master plan, our parks and health recreation master plan, the upcoming comprehensive plan that will tie it all together. We are positioned to do really unique and phenomenal things for the people of this region and specifically for the citizens of Brownsville. So it's a very exciting time to be here. We have a wonderful city commission. They work great together. They are very active and they listen very closely to the community and they're very in tune with it. And so that connection between the community, the elected officials, and the city staff, I think really provides us with the opportunity to make a huge difference for the people that work, live, and play here.
Our city manager for Brownsville, our new permanent city manager, is Alan Gard. And I want to ask you about the financials. I have not checked this at all, just maybe top of your head. How many days reserve funding do we have in the bank? Are we pretty good right now? And is that fund?
Absolutely. Okay. One of the things that I checked, of course, when I was looking at this position was I did look at the annual financial reports that are put together by the city, and they have been very conservative and very good stewards of the public's money for many, many years. By policy, we have 75 days reserve in our general fund. That's about $33 million, $33 million. And so that's there. We have fund balance policies for some of our other funds. So we want to make sure that we have adequate financial reserves in case there's some type of emergency like a hurricane or something like that that might shut the city down for a few days. So we are absolutely in a strong financial position. And that's not just for the short term, but if we continue to use these policies and we do as we budget and as we spend money and as we go forward, we'll be financially stable for the foreseeable future, short term and long term. We're in a great position compared to some other cities. I saw an article last week. The city of Dallas is having to start furloughs for their non-sworn positions in their police department this summer just to make budget for the current fiscal year. And that does not bode well for their upcoming, for their new fiscal year coming up. So we're blessed. We have a solid financial position. Our economy continues to be strong here. And that is one area that the commission should take great pride in.
As you see the city expand rapidly, which of the services provided by the city, I mean, fire, police, you've got, of course, all the infrastructure items. Which one do you think needs the most attention right now at Brownsville City Hall?
Well, it's kind of like my kids. I don't want to pick a favorite. They're all really important. Okay. Public safety, of course, if you don't have a safe community, really nothing else matters. I think one of the fantastic projects we have going right now is we're building a new public safety facility out just off of 511. The current police department building has outlived its useful life and has constraints in terms of any future growth for that department. So we're planning ahead and building a new facility now that should be open in 2028. It will also combine fire administration Our emergency operations center and our emergency operation department will also be housed in that building, which will be fantastic. Our EOC does not have a permanent home right now, and that's not a good thing. You want to be prepared when those emergencies happen. So having a professional, properly equipped facility for that operation will be tremendous. And then the fourth part of that operation will be our cybersecurity for our IT department. Cities right now are ongoing targets for cybersecurity attacks day in and day out. And you'll read about a city practically at least once a week that somebody was able to hack their system and then able to put in ransomware or something and hold that city hostage. So our cybersecurity operation is a very important piece of our public safety operation. So that new facility will address our public safety departments for years to come.
Yeah,
obviously, our infrastructure is incredibly important. The number one item in our community survey that our citizens pointed out was they want us to improve our streets. We are currently investing more than $40 million in our roadways. But to give you some perspective on that, most of that $40 million is for 4 roads: Old Highway 77, 14th Street, Old Alice Road, and Coffeeport Road. And so you can see the magnitude of the infrastructure needs that we have in terms of roadways. Another big issue for this community is our parks and our public health, and how do we help our citizens use our park system in order to be a more healthy community. So we have several initiatives on that front that are very important and I think are critical to the city of Brownsville.
Alan Gardner, city manager for Brownsville. How much coordination is there between you and Gilbert over at Economic Development? I would imagine with everybody pounding at the door to get here, the industrial park and various industries have certain requirements when it comes to resources, roads, connectivity, all those things. I would imagine you're very busy on that end.
Yeah, we really appreciate Gilbert Salinas and the Greater Brownsville EDC. They're a critical partner for us in terms of making sure that we make the right connections with the right industries that want to be a part of Brownsville and take advantage of our workforce, take advantage of our logistics and our proximity to Mexico. Again, this is an international city. And so we have things to offer that Dallas and San Antonio and Houston just can't offer. We also have the Port of Brownsville. They are an important partner in this as well. And the EDC works hand in hand with the port in bringing substantial industries to the port as well that will provide a significant number of jobs. So we really appreciate the EDC. Gilberto is a fantastic partner. We have great lines of communication, and we're constantly updating each other with opportunities and strategizing how we can work together to provide those incentives that'll bring those good paying jobs to Brownsville.
And quickly, if you can give me an answer in a minute or just under a minute, the internet connectivity was a major passion of Helen and previous administrations. And where are we in finalizing Brownsville getting Wi-Fi connected, the entire city, all those rings that you wanted to get in the city?
Yeah, the installation of our BTX fiber is complete. For the substantial part of it, of course, there's always going to be neighborhoods. They keep adding as it continues to grow. We continue to add potential other fiber internet providers because we own the system. OmniFiber is the primary operator of the system, and that is who our contract is with. Remember, the city put in $19 million of ARPA funds into that project, and it was matched with an additional $70 million of private funding. And so it is a great P3, a great public-private partnership that we're really proud of, and we think has really started to provide dividends. Brownsville has gone from one of the least connected cities to one of the most connected cities in the United States, and we take great pride in that. In addition to the fiber, we are also building our own 5G network. And so we really look forward to those opportunities, how they can help with other public services like PUB, with our street traffic signals being synchronized. We're going to be a very strong city in terms of technology.
Alan, thank you for your time today. Look forward to more conversations with you. Continued success. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Our city manager for Brownsville, Alan Gard.
You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. News, a service of Jay Gonzalez. Injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. A new initiative aims to put teachers at the center of shaping the future of Texas public education.
Governor Abbott says he's launched the Texas Classroom Commission, which plans to bring teachers together to create recommendations for their classrooms. These can be for student success, learning retention, or classroom environment. The commission is meant to put this information together ahead of the next state legislative session starting in January. State leaders have touted the recent investments made in Texas public education and say they want to empower teachers to help make decisions to benefit students long term. The Texas Classroom Commission consists of both active and retired public school teachers and will start its work in the weeks to come. Kristen Yates, News Talk 710 KURV.
Texas Senate Republicans gave us an early look at their plan to ban all hemp products with THC in 2027. This is TSN's Chris Fox with the latest.
It wasn't long into the Senate Health and Human Services Committee hearing on health issues due to THC consumption before State Senator Charles Perry announced he was again filing the total THC ban legislation as he did in 2025.
I don't want to see another family with a kid in the basement that's non-articulate because they drank a THC beverage or they smoked something from a vape that they didn't know what was in it.
Perry's THC ban was vetoed by Governor Abbott. Hemp store owners have called for more regulations like age restrictions, but just not a total prohibition on THC. Lucas Gilkey owns Hometown Hero CBD.
There is no reason to be taking a step backwards from where we have come in regards to cannabis and people being in jail for it.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
You're listening to 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Wednesday. We got to check a sports coming up.
Gonna head to South Padre. It's a beach water park day. Grab the gang, it's time to play. Beach water park day. The island's just a drive away. It's a beach water park day.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz. Are you having difficulty getting answers from federal agencies? My office is here to help. Call us at 956-800-6069 to share your issue, and we will be in touch. Team De La Cruz is here to serve you. God bless. Paid for with official funds from the office of Congresswoman De La Cruz.
Looking for equipment you can trust from a name that stood strong for over 50 years. Rivera's Machinery has been serving the Rio Grande Valley since it was founded by Tomas Rivera, a man who built his business on hard work, firm handshakes, and treating every customer like family. Today, his grandson Thomas carries that same name and that same commitment forward. 3 generations strong and still family owned. They're your trusted Coyote dealer, offering the full lineup of Coyote equipment. Powerful Coyote tractors built tough for Texas land. Heavy-duty skid steers, smooth-cutting zero-turn mowers, rugged utility vehicles, equipment that's built to work as hard as you do. And here's the best part. Right now, with credit approval, they're offering 0% interest financing on all Coyote equipment, making it easier than ever to put a brand new Coyote to work on your property. From Tomas to Thomas, the tradition continues. Come join the tradition of family service, hard work, and dependable Coyote equipment. Rivera's Machinery, 3 generations strong. Your hometown Coyote dealer. See dealer for full details.
Your Houston Astros are on the road to visit the Washington Nationals. Tune in later tonight. First pitch at 5:45. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Astros won Game 2 of their series against the Washington Nationals last night. Final score, 6-3. It was back and forth for the first 3 innings, and the Astros found themselves down 2-1 entering the top of the 4th. Nick Allen would give the Astros the lead with a 2-run RBI single. Christian Vasquez would tack on 2 more runs in the 4th and 6th innings to give the Astros a 3-run lead. In the top of the 8th, Jose Altuve would seal it with a solo blast.
Altuve sends one high in the air, deep to left field towards the Astros bullpen. That ball's gone! Jose Altuve hits number 10 on the season.
Both calls courtesy of Todd Collis and the Space City Home Network. The Astros play the rubber game of their road series against Washington tonight. The Rangers were also active on the diamond last night. Here's TSN's Trevor Beck to give you the rundown.
Rangers get back at it to start a 3-game series with the Angels, and it looked a tad rough early, giving up 2 runs in the first, but they battled back in the second with this.
The 1-0. Swinging a ground ball the other way past the third baseman Guzman into left field. 1 run scores. Osuna coming home. Meckler's throw offline. Osuna slides in safely. Lopez up to second. It's a 2-run base knock, and the Rangers have tied it up.
It was knotted up all the way through the 7th, but the Rangers put it out of reach off the bat of Alejandro Osuna in the 8th.
Bachman at the belt to the plate. There's a high drive, well hit, deep right field. That is way back. That ball is history. A 3-run Jimmy Jack for Alejandro Osuna, his first home run of the year.
Rangers get the win 8-3 over the Angels. We'll play it again tonight at 7:05.
I'm Adam C., TSN Sports.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Partly sunny, quite hot this afternoon. Breezy with a thunderstorm in spots. Highs from the mid-90s to 100 with the southeast winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Still breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. Lows in the mid-70s. Partly sunny, breezy, a shower in spots for the morning on Thursday. Then a couple of afternoon thunderstorms. Not as hot. Highs in the 90s to near triple digits. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Thank you very much, Mr. Caterina. AccuWeather made possible by Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh and Rivera's Machinery on the Expressway in Donna. Take a check of your border bridge wait times on News Talk 710 KURV. On the Brownsville side of things, everything's about half an hour or less. On the Hidalgo side of things, we have about 10 minutes or less. Pretty light on that side of town, that's for sure. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. Happy Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week, a couple of days before the weekend. We have a check of your money coming up.
You go, Dad. At LSNB, we build strong foundations on values that matter.
And business practices you can rely on.
Investing in education.
Volunteering in the communities we serve.
And fueling our region's economy.
For over 40 years.
Our mission has been supporting area businesses.
We are LSNB.
Donating more money to more causes than all other area banks combined.
Here, in a place we call home.
We are LSNB. The Valley's Bank.
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on back and neck pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as they leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some sound advice on back and neck pain. It starts in the morning as soon as you sit up in bed. You have that pain across your back that can cause an ugly tingling sensation down past your knee to your feet. This symptom, called sciatica, has several causes, but most can be treated without surgery. After a thorough history and physical, identifying the pain generator, whether it be a bulging disc, an arthritic joint, or an inflamed muscle, a targeted, precise, image-guided treatment done in the office can provide quick pain relief and allow you to get on with your day. Patients are amazed by the pain relief. They wonder why they waited so long to be feeling better at last.
With offices in McAllen and Weslaco, Dr. Dennis Slavin is only a phone call away, and many say it's the best call they've ever made. Call 956-973-0565. 973-0565.
Celebrate America's 250th birthday with our Freedom to Drive event at Payne Auto Group with over 3,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. Huge Payne discounts plus $4 down delivers. Happy 250th birthday, America, from the Payne Auto Group and PayneAutoGroup.com. Regardless.
America just turned 250 years old, and at Harlingen Mail Service, we're celebrating in a big way. For a limited time, you can get your own private mailbox for just $2.50. That's right, just $2.50 to secure a real address and protect your mail and packages from those porch pirates. Whether you're a business owner, online seller, frequent traveler, or simply tired of worrying about missed deliveries, a private mailbox at Harlingen Mail Service gives you security, convenience, and peace of mind. And now, to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, we're making it easier than ever to get started for just $2.50. Don't wait until the lines start forming somewhere else at a big box store. Support local. Choose experience. Choose the mailbox service Harlingen has trusted for years. Visit Harlingen Mail Service today and ask about our America 250 private mailbox special. But hurry, this patriotic offer won't last forever. Harlingen Mail Service celebrating 250 years of America with private mailboxes for just $2.50. Harlingen Mail Service, right off the expressway in Harlingen, or click harlingenmail.com for more info. That's harlingenmail.com for more info. Harlingen Mail Service. From Harlingen to the world, we've got your shipping covered.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. The Mortgage Bankers Association reports that the average contract interest rate for 30-year mortgages increased to 6.58% from 6.57% last week. Applications to refinance a home loan dropped 4% for the week and were 8% higher than the same week 1 year ago. Oil prices are sharply higher by at least 5% after President Trump declares that the Iran ceasefire is over. West Texas Intermediate at roughly $74 a barrel, Brent at $78. President Trump slammed Spain for not contributing enough to NATO or spending enough on defense. While speaking at a press conference in Turkey, the president said, quote, "Spain is a terrible partner in NATO. They don't participate. They don't pay. I don't want anything to do with Spain. Cut off all trade with Spain." Futures have plummeted this morning after President Trump's comments regarding the Iran peace deal. Dow futures down by more than 400 points. NASDAQ futures down by more than 200 points. That's your money now.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Partly sunny, quite hot this afternoon. Breezy with a thunderstorm in spots. Highs from the mid-90s to 100 with the southeast winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Still breezy this evening, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. Lows in the mid-70s. Partly sunny, breezy, a shower in spots for the morning on Thursday, then a couple of afternoon thunderstorms. Not as hot, highs in the 90s to near triple digits. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Thank you very much, Mr. Caterina. AccuWeather this hour is made possible by Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh and Rivera's Machinery on the expressway in Donna. We got temperatures around 80 across the valley right now. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's morning news for Wednesday. We got a check of headlines from Fox News coming up.
Folks at Michaela Funeral Home go above and beyond, and they should, because after all, they know the business of loving people, loving on people, hugging people at a time when they're hurting. It's a separation. Michaela Funeral Home, 60 plus years of caring for Valley families that need to go through that season and walk that shadow of the valley of death. Michaela Funeral Home is there for your family, and they have a very unique way of celebrating a beautiful life. Remember them. Now, the reason I speak on behalf of Mark and Carla McCaleb right now is I hope that you call Carla McCaleb. I'm going to give you her personal number. Call her, text her. That's her personal cell number. I'm going to give you in just a few seconds. My mom and dad pre-planned and they prepaid their funeral event. I'm an only son. I have a lot of extended family, lots of tios and tias and cousins. But when the time came, there was no question, no argument, no bickering. Everyone knew my mom and dad's wishes. Everything had been paid for. Thank you, Jesus, for my mom and dad. Pre-plan and prepay that funeral event. It's a very loving thing to do for your family, like life insurance and take care of your financials and all those legal documents that you need. Yeah, pre-plan and prepay. Carla McCaleb from McCaleb Funeral Home, someone will come to you and help you get all those questions answered, fill out those forms, and set up the prepayment. There you go. Put it on the shelf. Wait on the Lord. Carla McCaleb is at 956-650-2841.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
News that affects you and your family.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Great Wednesday morning here at 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News. I'm Zach Cantu, and we got temperatures around 80 across the valley right now. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez. Injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
This is a Fox News Alert. I'm CJ Papa. President Trump comes out swinging around the target.
I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people.
The president at the NATO summit saying he believes the ceasefire is over. He did leave room for more talks with Iran, but not before ordering new military strikes.
U.S. Central Command says it attacked 80 targets throughout Iran, including command and control structures, as well as targeting Iranian forces operating in small ships near the Strait of Hormuz. Overnight, Iran launched their own counterstrikes at targets in Kuwait and Bahrain.
Fox's Mark Meredith in Turkey. A New York City skyscraper, stable for now, but suffered serious structural damage. The city's building commissioner confirms columns were spotted buckling on Tuesday morning, leading to the evacuation of several nearby buildings. America's listening to Fox News.
Back to the Rio Grande Valley in the mighty Republic of Texas. Governor Greg Abbott has ordered the Texas Health and Human Services Commission to investigate Mission Regional Medical Center. The investigation will reportedly center on the center's use of birth packages to lure international visitors to the facility. Abbott says that the practice has led to birth tourism, which he described as a way that foreign nationals try to obtain U.S. citizenship for their children. The hospital released a statement yesterday saying it no longer uses the marketing materials outlined by the governor and that it does not support or facilitate any unlawful activity. The 2-week DWI crackdown over 4th of July weekend has resulted in 34 arrests in Edinburgh. City police used funding from the Texas Department of Transportation to conduct the crackdown between June 19th and July 6th. 13 of the arrests happened over the July 4th weekend. 10 crashes were attributed to impaired driving and resulted in multiple arrests. In national news, yes, President Trump says the ceasefire is over with Iran, as far as he's concerned. Speaking overnight from Turkey, where he's attending this week's NATO summit, Trump said that he'd let U.S. negotiators continue talking about the matter, but stressed that he doesn't want to waste any more time. His announcement comes as fresh attacks have kicked up tensions across the Middle East, with Iran targeting ships transiting the Strait of Hormuz and the U.S. military striking dozens of targets in response. You may have heard about this one. The high rise on Manhattan's east side, at a risk of partial collapse, has been stabilized as evacuation orders cease. Crews continue reinforcing buckled beams with supports, metal supports, and galvanized steel at the building. It's the former Pfizer building, and it was being converted into apartments where the developer says the columns buckled under the weight of new floors that they had recently added. However, city officials say engineers are still investigating the main reason for the buckling beams as they develop a long-term plan for repairs. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Wednesday. We got a check of your AccuWeather forecast and border bridges. Lots more news and information you need to know coming up.
Bird Ogden, LNF Distributors, and Capital Farm Credit present the 35th Annual Texas Hunters and Sportsmen's Expo at the McAllen Convention Center, July 17th through 19th. 3 full days of over 275 exhibitors, including guides, boats, RVs, gear, hunts, and yes, fishing too. Whether you hunt, fish, camp, or just love the outdoors, you'll find it all at the Texas Hunters and Sportsmen's Expo. Plus, live music, seminars, demos, giveaways, and special guests with world-famous angler Pedro Source, a live archery show from Frank Addington Jr., and professional predator hunter Gary Robertson. And don't miss the live rattlesnake pit. Kids 12 and under free compliments of Academy Sports. And $5 discounts for all active and retired military and first responders compliments of Texas Regional Bank. Visit huntmcallen.com for info. Brought to you by Pueblo Tires, F&T Motorsports, Tropical Home Furniture, RV Station, Payne Auto Group, and Knapp Medical Center.